Imagine a world where gold was not just a symbol of wealth, but rather a force that formed empires, mobilized armies, and attracted the attention of explorers from all corners of the earth. A world where rivers whispered secrets of hidden treasure, and entire empires rose from the glitter of this one precious metal. This is the story of Africa, the land once so rich in gold that travelers swore its kings lived in cities of pure light. But how did ancient Africans actually find this gold? And how did they turn scattered grains in the earth into wealth that powered great civilizations? Today, we go back in time into the mines, rivers, and workshops of ancient Africa. Long before machines, satellites, or geological surveys, African communities learned to read the land like a book. Their gold journey often began with water. Ancient Africans believed rivers held stories, and some rivers, especially in West Africa, carried fine specks of shimmering dust. These were the legendary placer deposits, where gold eroded from mountains and traveled downstream. Villagers would walk along riverbanks at sunrise when the low light made metallic reflections easier to spot. They searched for unusual glitter in the sand, heavy black sediment that often accompanied gold, natural bends in the river where heavier minerals settled. Once they located a promising stretch of river, the work began. Men and women used simple wooden pans, woven baskets, or animal hide trays to sift through sand. They scooped, shook, and washed the sediment until the lighter particles vanished downstream, and what remained, sparkling at the bottom, was gold. This method was slow but incredibly effective. Some of Africa's earliest gold discoveries, especially in present-day Ghana, Senegal, and Mali, came from these patient river hunts. The big question is, how did Africans find gold on land? Gold in rivers was only the first clue. Over time, Africans understood that gold must come from deeper underground. They began tracing rivers upstream, eventually discovering gold veins encased in rock. Ancient miners observed signs such as quartz veins, the most common indicator of gold, red or rust-colored rocks, slopes exposed after rain. This is where surface mining emerged, where earth and rock were extracted using wooden axes, stone hammers, and other simple tools. In some areas, they dug even deeper, creating tunnels and shafts following the path of gold. During the heyday of the West African kingdoms, these mines produced incredible amounts of gold, even astonishing the outside world. Inside the mines, darkness enveloped everything. The miners descended armed only with handheld torches and their own memories of the tunnels. These ancient mines, some of which can still be traced today, were engineering masterpieces. The workers used fires. They lit fires in the rock walls, heating them for hours. Then they splashed cold water on the rock, causing it to crack. This allowed the miners to scrape out the gold-bearing rock with simple tools. Basket hauling. Loose rock was lifted to the surface using baskets or leather bags pulled by ropes. Ventilation holes. Long vertical shafts were dug to allow heat and smoke to escape, a remarkable technique for the time. Despite the harsh conditions, these mines were meticulously laid out. Some kingdoms had communities dedicated exclusively to mining. Other kingdoms kept their gold sites as national secrets, punishing anyone who leaked them. The ore that came from the mines was never pure. It had to be processed, and Africans were masters of this craft. Step 1. Crushing. Women often played a major role in this stage. They used stone mortars or wooden hammers to pound the ore into powder. This was physically demanding work, done for hours under the sun. Step 2. Washing. The powder was mixed with water. Gold, being heavier, sank to the bottom. Lighter minerals floated away. Step 3. Separation. Some regions used animal skins to trap fine gold particles. Others used wooden boards coated with plant oils. Step 4. Melting. Gold dust was placed in clay crucibles and heated in small furnaces powered by charcoal. Foot-operated bellows pumped air to raise the temperature high enough to melt gold. The molten metal was then poured into molds, becoming bars, rings, or nuggets. The skill required to melt gold evenly was enormous, and African metalworkers were renowned across the continent for their precision. With mining and refining mastered, gold became the heart of powerful African civilizations. Ghana Empire controlled the trade routes where gold moved north to the Sahara. Arab writers were stunned by the empire's wealth. Mali Empire. Under Mansa Musa, Mali's gold was so abundant that his pilgrimage changed world economics. Songhai Empire organized mining districts and taxed gold production to fund armies and scholarship. Great Zimbabwe thrived on gold trade with the Swahili coast and beyond. Gold shaped diplomacy, trade, architecture, and social class. It became both the lifeblood and the legacy of Africa's greatest kingdoms. Today, the mines may be quieter and the rivers may carry fewer secrets, but the legacy of ancient African gold remains unbroken. It lives in the ruins of old mining towns, in the gold jewelry preserved in museums, and in the stories passed down through generations. For ancient Africans, gold was more than wealth. It was a connection to the land, the spirit world, and the future of their civilizations. And through their ingenuity, from panning rivers to forging masterpieces, they shaped a golden chapter of human history.